Last time, he pulled her from a burning car, the woman who took everything from him, and instead of walking away, he saved her life. But here's what they never tell you about second chances. Sometimes, the same person can break you twice. 3 months had passed since the accident. Daniel had found a small apartment on the east side of the city. Nothing fancy, just a mattress, a second-hand desk, and the quiet dignity of starting over. He'd taken a job at a community center, not much money, but purpose. Olivia's fraud charges had been officially dropped. The scheme had been orchestrated entirely by her CFO, Marcus Chen, her most trusted colleague, the man who smiled in every boardroom and planted every lie that destroyed her name. She reached out to Daniel once. A text. Simple. Short. "Thank you for saving my life. I don't deserve it, but I'm grateful." Daniel stared at it for 20 minutes. Then he typed back, "You don't owe me anything. Take care of yourself." He didn't know that one short text would start everything all over again. She called 2 weeks later. Her voice was different, quieter, like the corporate armor had finally come off. "I know this is strange, but would you meet me for coffee? Just coffee. I completely understand if the answer is no." He should have said no. Any rational person would have. She had fired him, humiliated him, dismantled 12 years of his life with a single signature. But Daniel said, "1 cup. That's it." They met at a small cafe on Meridian Street. Olivia arrived first. No designer suit, no perfect hair. Just a woman in a coat slightly too big, holding a coffee she hadn't touched. "I've been trying to find the right words for 3 months. There are none. What I did to you was cruel. You were loyal. You deserved better." Daniel looked at her. "Yeah, I did." He didn't say it to wound her. He said it because it was true. And she took it. "I'm sorry. I'm genuinely, deeply sorry, Daniel." It wasn't the most dramatic apology. No grand gesture, no tears, just 2 people in a small cafe, being honest with each other for the first time. Somehow, that hit harder than any explosion. Over the next few weeks, they kept meeting. Always the same cafe. It felt almost normal, almost safe. And then it started to feel like more. "Daniel, you actually seem happy. Genuinely happy. Not like before." Olivia, "Before I was performing happiness. Now I'm just existing. It's quieter. But it's real." Daniel, "I like this version of you better." Olivia, "Don't say things like that. I've already done enough damage, and I don't trust myself. Not to do more." He reached across the table and briefly touched her hand. Daniel, "Neither of us is the same person we were. Maybe that matters." She looked at him for a long moment. Then, for the first time in a long time, Olivia smiled, and meant it. Then the call came. The board of Hartfield Industries was offering her the CEO position back. The fraud was cleared. Marcus arrested. They wanted her face back on the company. Board member, "The investigation fully exonerates you, Olivia. We want you back. Full package. More authority than before." Olivia, "I need time to think." Board member, "Of course, but this transition needs to look clean. No complications." Olivia, "What do you mean?" Board member, "You've been seen with a former employee, Daniel Reyes. The optics simply aren't ideal." A long pause. Olivia, "Are you asking me to—" Board member, "I'm asking you to be smart, the way you used to be." The old Olivia would have already said yes, but she sat there, silent, for a very long time. She met Daniel at the cafe the next morning. She was already there when he arrived. She looked like she hadn't slept. He sat down. She didn't smile. "What's wrong?" "I got an offer. From the board. They want me back as CEO." His face lit up. "Olivia, that's incredible. That's what you've been working toward." She couldn't look at him. "Daniel, you fought for this. You deserve it." She said it quietly. "They said there can't be any complications." Silence. Heavy silence. He repeated the word slowly. "Complications." "I'm sorry." He stood up. His chair scraped back. "You're choosing the company." "It's not that simple." "It actually is. It really is. I pulled you out of a burning car. I sat with you in that hospital. I listened to you. I actually started to—" He stopped himself. His jaw tightened. "I should have known. Power always wins with you." "Daniel, please. Let me explain." "You don't need to. I've heard this before." He walked out, and this time, he didn't look back, and Olivia sat alone in that small cafe, with a coffee she didn't touch. Again. 2 days passed. Then 3. Olivia sat in the boardroom, surrounded by suits, spreadsheets, and people who measured her worth in quarterly earnings, and she felt absolutely nothing. Every meeting felt hollow, every handshake felt like a performance, and in the quiet between the noise, all she could hear was Daniel walking away. She called her lawyer. Then she called the board. "I've made my decision. I'll take the CEO position, but not on your terms. You do not get to dictate who I spend my time with. You don't get to call the people in my life complications. Those are my terms. Take them or leave them." Long silence on the line. "Olivia, I strongly advise—" "I didn't ask for advice. Those are my terms. Take them or leave them." Another pause. Then finally, "We'll accept your terms." She hung up, and for the first time in 3 days, she breathed. Then she grabbed her coat and drove to the community center. She found him in the back, stacking supply boxes, sleeves rolled up, looking more like himself than he ever had in a boardroom. He saw her. He didn't stop working. "I'm busy." "I know, I just need 5 minutes." "Olivia, I told them no. I told the board no, on their terms. They wanted me to cut ties with you. I said no. I told them I take the job as myself. Or not at all." He stopped, slowly turned. "Why would you do that?" Her voice cracked slightly. "Because I've spent my entire career choosing power over people. And I ended up alone, in a burning car, in the middle of nowhere. And the only person who came for me was someone I had treated like nothing. I don't want to be that person anymore. I refuse to choose a title over something real. Not again. Never again." Long silence. "You really told them no?" "I really told them no." He looked at her for a long moment, then he put down the box and walked toward her. "Then I guess we figure it out together." She didn't say anything. She didn't need to, because some moments don't need words. They say love is supposed to be perfect, clean, uncomplicated. They lied. Real love is 2 broken people deciding that the rubble of their lives is better than any palace they could build alone. It's showing up at a community center in the wrong shoes. It's choosing someone over a title. It's pulling a stranger from a burning car, even when they were never really a stranger at all. Daniel and Olivia didn't fix each other. That's not how people work, but they stopped breaking each other. And sometimes, that's enough to start. Part 3 is coming, and it's going to change everything you think you know about this story. You're watching Real Dark Heart X. Don't say we didn't warn you.